I hope y'all ready for some more real spill. Because for this video here, I'm going to be telling y'all how I got shot. You know the saying, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. It ain't no coincidence why I got no aim tattooed right here where I got hit at.
Haha, I'm the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga. Yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around, I'll bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with a lock. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see you ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be giving y'all a video that gives y'all a little more, input about me and the person I used to be before I went to prison. Alright? Everyone knows I've been to prison. It ain't no secret. But the lifestyle that I lived before I went to prison to the way that I try to carry myself now is totally different. Now don't get me wrong, when it's in you, it's in you. You know what I'm saying? But for this video, I want to tell y'all about the time where I got shot. Now, a lot of people, talk like they live like that. They talk like they'll literally do something. Like they'll literally bang out. Or like they bout that gunplay. But me, I was literally bout that shit. You feel me? Now, what made me want to do this video is I can't tell y'all how many times when I was in prison that I thought back onto it like I could have lost my life that day. Now, I don't think back, to when it happened where like, damn, that shit was scary or, anything like that. But as many times as it played in my mind, I am kind of lucky, all right? But I'm going to give y'all a little, the rundown of how the shit went down. Or whatever, just to show y'all, that KFROG ain't always been this cool, calm, and collective. Alright? Now, it all started with a phone call. I had got a phone call from one of my dogs at the time that said, damn, Frog, hey, I got this lick. Alright? For those that don't know what a lick is, it might be considered something different where you're from. But down here in the state of Florida, lick can mean two things. When you say you're going to hit a lick, that means you're going to rob someone. You're going to come up. You feel me? You're going to try to get it how you can. When you say you're going to bust a lick, you feel me? That means you're going to serve someone. Like, you're going to bring them some product and, they giving you the money. You know what serving someone is. You feel me? It's a transaction between a product and some money. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lick's considered down here where I'm from. So, one of my dogs hit me up at the time and told me, hey, Frog, man, I got this lick. You feel me? So I told him, what's up? Give me the rundown. Back then, I was about that bread, so I was always on some bullshit, you feel me? And a lot of times, you see these rappers out there, they rap, talking about they trap their whole life, when they be on the mic, they be like, bitch, I served my whole life, I did this, I did that, and a lot of that shit be cap, Some people, it can be true, but one thing I know is, I literally used to rob and serve people and go hit the studio with my cut. The cut that I got out of us coming up, I would go straight to the studio with it. And that's when I had the little mixtape and all that shit when I was rapping and stuff. Because I was hungry, you feel me? I was truly putting the way I felt on the track, So, anyways, hits me up, gives me the rundown about it. Tells me that there's these two people he knows or whatever. They want 2 pounds of weed. Y'all know what that is, you feel me? I ain't got to get into too much detail about it. It's marijuana. So I'm like, oh yeah? He like, yeah, you feel me? You give him a little, decent price. You feel me? Next thing you know, they come with the money. Boom, boom. I'm like, alright. Shit sounds straight. I said, send me their number. Sends me the number. I hit him up. Yo, what's up? This such and such. Didn't tell him my name was Frog. You feel me? This such and such, man. Such and such told me you needed something. They said, yeah, we do. We need 2 plates. I said, okay. I said, I'm going to give you a jug on the plates. A jug is, y'all know, like a hookup. You feel me? Like a deal. I said, all right, I'm going to charge you 2 bands a piece. You feel me? 4 bands, you get 2 plates. You feel me? And they were like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. That sounds good. I said, all right. This is where all of it starts going. I say, all right, you know your way around Davie? They're like, yeah, of course. I mean, I know everybody in Davie. I said, okay, so you know your way around on the west side? In all reality, I was on the east side. For those that have been watching me for a while, y'all know I'll be like, east side. You know, that's I'm from east side Davie. So them boys was like, yeah, I know everybody over there, man. We all the way over there. I said, all right, I'm going to send y'all a location. So in my mind, I thought them boys, you know, didn't know no better. You feel me? Because here they saying they know their way around Davie. They saying that they, you know everybody. But here I'm sending them an address on the east side and telling them I'm on the west side. So I'm like, okay, they just trying to be friendly so everything goes smooth. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, you know, they feel comfortable. They try to make me feel like they ain't on no bullshit. In all reality, I'm looking at it like them boys scared, so they just trying to be friendly, act like they know people, because then maybe I won't, you know, rob them, and everything will go the way it's supposed to go. So I sent them an address. Boom. The address is to a apartment complex, you know, over my way, where it's a one-way in, one-way out. But the address was the last building. You had to pull all the way in, go all the way to the very back. You know what I'm saying? There was no way out other than the way you came in. So me and my dog at the time, which was like my right-hand man, you feel me? He in the feds right now. He in prison. But me and him, you feel me? We used to be on that bullshit, you know? He riding, I'm riding. At the end of the day, he gonna defend my life, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna defend his life, you know? So me and him was finna go hit the lick, just us two. But at the time when I got the phone call, I was chilling at some other dude's house, you feel me, with a bunch of hoes, you know what I'm saying? And the dude and shit like that, and he was begging to come with us. He like, man, come on, man. Y'all always hitting these licks and don't be bringing me with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready, bro. I'm with this shit, blah, 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 and this and that, this and that. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, bro. We're gonna bring you, you know? And he looked just like B-Rad. If y'all ever seen the movie Malibu's Most Wanted, he looked just like him. So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, he looked more like a weed man than I do. You know, I used to carry myself like a robber, all black, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't look nothing like a weed dealer, you feel me? He did. He was a little, you know, scrawny white boy, tattoos and shit, looked identical to B-Rad. So I said, all right, boom. You gonna be the one that, you know, meets up with him. You feel me? So grabbed the Jan Sport book bag. Inside the book bag, only thing that was in there was a gray sweater, like just a regular sweater, like the one you get in the county jail down here on your starter pack. It was a gray sweater and a couple loose pieces of paper, just to make it look like it had a little bit of weight to it. You know what I'm saying? It had to look like it was like 2 pounds in there. So he's like, all right, boom, let's go. So we drive to the outskirts of the apartment complex, which is behind it. You feel me? To another one of my dog's people's house, but they owned it, but it was a bando. You know what I'm saying? So we park the whip there, boom. We get out on foot. We run over there. We jump the wall. We get over to where the apartment is. All right. Now, the way it's supposed to go is, bruh, who's, you know, the one that's supposed to look like he the weed dealer, you know, hey, you the one holding the fire today. You feel me? So he the one that held the fire, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, we tell them, when the boys come, you feel me, you pull out, you tell them boys, you know what time it is, you feel me? And me and my other dog, we finna go the other way and come around the apartment building. That way we're behind the people that you're meeting up with. All you gotta do is pull it out and get their attention. Leave the rest up to us, you feel me? So I'm in all black, my dog's in all black, you feel me? I got black tee on, I got a black like shirt over my head tied like this. Then I got one right here, like that, hanging right here, tucked in under my, like I'm in all black, all you see is my eyes, you feel me? Straight up. So I run this way with my dog, the other boy, he go this way, he pull out. Them two boys pull up, we sitting there, we see him. This is where shit gets a little, you know, iffy, because we thought we had all the sense because we wanted to be there before they got there, right? So we're like, yeah, we're going to park over here and we're going to jump over the wall. We're going to be over here about 10 minutes before they get there so we can see them pull in, you know? So that's how it was supposed to go. We got there. We seen them pull in. They walked up to my dog at the time. We cut around the other way. He pulls out. He like, what's up, man? Y'all know what time it is? Da-da-da. Them boys put their hands up. They start walking backwards, like back towards their car. As they're walking backwards towards their car like this, me and my other dog run up. We about that business. So we run up. I yoke one, he yokes one, we slam him on the ground, start kicking him, where the money at, where the money at, you know. That's what we came there for. Bro, that's got the fire, he just standing there. Next thing you know, like I said, we wanted to get there 10 minutes before they did so we could see them pull in. In all reality, they had a backup car that got there 10 minutes before we did. So now, as we're sitting there kicking these people in their mouth and shit, someone jumps out of another car like this. Drop the gun, drop the gun. So the person that's with us, the only one that has the fire at the time, what does he do? And takes off running. So as soon as he takes off running, the dude with the fire, he turns and he aims at me. He's like, get on the ground, get on the ground. And this is probably like, I'd say, if I had to like guess, I'd say probably like 9 to 10 foot away from each other. You feel me? It was like a 9 to 10 foot distance. Where he was parked, there was nothing but a lake. What was behind me was nothing but a fence with warehouses, because it's a 2-lane. When you pull into the apartment complex, you got a lake on that side behind all the buildings, and then you got a fence on this side all the way down with different, like, you know, garages and warehouses and stuff like that. So if I would have turned around and tried to run and jump the gate, he would have hit me all up in my back. You know what I'm saying? I could only go left or right. So since my vehicle was, you know, parked on the outskirts of the apartments, over that wall and all that shit, way over there back in another neighborhood, then that's when I decided, okay, first, if I was going to take off, I got to head that way, you know what I'm saying? So when he goes like this, get on the ground, I'm like, I ain't getting on the ground, I ain't getting on the ground. You know, I watched too many movies, you feel me, at that time. So he's like this. Next thing you know, he goes, soon as he goes like this and grabs that bitch with 2 hands, bah, he bust the first time. I took off, took off running. That boy was like that, bah, 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 bah. And I'm talking about big flare on the end of that bitch, you feel me? Big flare. My other dog with me takes off running too. We both running side by side. I'm running like this at first, real fast. You feel me? Thinking, oh, he just trying to scare us probably. Next thing you know, boom, I felt I got hit. Now when I felt I got hit, did it hurt? No, it didn't. My adrenaline was going. It felt like I banged the shit out of my funny bone and my fingers were tingling. Straight up. You feel me? Like my whole fingers were like vibrating. Then that's when I went from running like this to taking them big ass like stroke. You know what I'm saying? Like how horses run, how them boys take them big steps. That's when I started doing that. And then as I started running faster, he was behind us. Boom, boom, boom. I swear he dumped at least 16 times. He must have had 16 and one in the head. Straight up. Big shit with a flare on the end of it. And then as I'm running and my other dogs running along the side of me, I catch up to the person that ran first with the fire. You feel me? As I'm catching up to him, he trips. When he trips, I go to grab him. The fire he was carrying slid under a parked U-Haul in that parking lot. I picked him up. Dude was still dumping. Boom, 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 boom. You feel me? I had to take flight. I ain't had no way to defend myself. And I think about it, you know, like, good thing I wasn't the one holding the fire that night. You know what I'm saying? Because I, 9 times out of 10, want to be making this video for y'all right now. And the reason for that is because you think about it. You got fire like this and 2 of your homeboys got 2 people down on the ground and shit. You know, and then someone else jumps out the car, put the gun. Your first instinct, well, at least my first instinct's gonna be, and I'm gonna dump at you, bruh. That same car you got up out of, boy, you gonna have to dunk behind that door or something. Cause my first instinct is I'm a bang, I'm a pop. You just gave me a reason to let off. If you aim and fire at me, talking about get on the ground, and I got a fire, there's no way that I'm running. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I might boom, 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 and then take cover, but at the same time, I'm not finna just run like he did, you feel me? So he flopped, you know what I'm saying? But that was my first mistake, you feel me? I brought someone that wasn't truly living like that, someone that wasn't really gonna slide, someone that wasn't about that issue, someone that wasn't really gonna bust a grape, that was begging to go, but he truly wasn't with it. Brought him with me, and look what happened, you feel me? So anyways, as I pick him up and the dude's still dumping, boom, 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 we run. As we're running around the side of the last apartment building, when we run to the wall, nothing but probably like I'd say like a 5-foot wall, maybe something like that, maybe a little shorter, you feel me? But as we're running there, my whole arm was like a dead arm. So as we're running and we bend the corner, I literally had to run and jump and land on the top of the wall and flip over it. And when I landed on the wall, I knocked the wind out of myself and flipped over and landed on the sidewalk. And boom, I got up, fucking they helped me, boom, we ran across the street, ran down the road and shit like that to where my car was. As soon as we got over there to where the whip was and everything, we ducked off. Of course, we weren't gonna just jump in the whip right away and just leave, you feel me? We posted up there for about 15, 20 minutes. Once I was able to catch my breath and everything, I swung on the person we brought with us, right there at the abandoned house. I swung on him. Mother dog had to get me off him and all this shit. He's like, I fucked up, bro. Damn, dog, my bad, bro, fucked up. That's all he kept saying, you feel me? As I was trying to catch my breath from knocking the wind out of myself. So I swung on him. Then, after that, we jump in the whip, we clear it, we go back to his crib. As soon as we go back to his crib, we go in there. I tell the females, because like I said, there was a bunch of hoes in there. I tell them, hey, y'all got to doctor me up. I got hit. Boom, we go in there. 2 of them run in the back room screaming, crying. Oh my God, making it so dramatic. You get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I didn't feel nothing. You feel me? Because my adrenaline was going. But I did smell like burnt flesh. You feel me? I could smell the burnt flesh. You feel me? So once we go back in the crib and everything like that, out of the females, 1 or 2 of them end up getting in the car with me, boom, and we drive to CVS. You know, I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's like a store. It's kind of like Walgreens. You know what I'm saying? So we go to CVS. Tell them to go in there, whatever. Spent like $30 on like gauze, peroxide, alcohol pads, you know, just a bunch of little shit like that to get doctored up. You feel me? And my whole goal was, I'm definitely not going to the hospital. You feel me? But my whole goal was, I'm gonna wait tomorrow and then I'm gonna let my old boy take care of it. You feel me? My dad. So we go to CVS, we get all the stuff like that. One of the other females we sent back to the location over there to find the fire. You feel me? She went over there, boom, boom. She ended up, you know, finding the fire. It was all scratched up along the side. The chromeness of it was all banged up looking and shit like that. So I go to the crib. After that, I go to the crib with 2 of the females. One just chilling in my crib. The other one is in the shower with me. We go in the shower. I take all my clothes off. Not to mention I had an old lady at the time, but you know, she was in Georgia. You feel me? She wasn't even down here at the time. She was up there living in Georgia at the time. So, you know, I told her I was sleeping and all this shit. You feel me? In all reality, I'm out here still getting into shit. So, while I'm in the shower, you know, getting doctored up, I take my shirt off. I got blood running all down my armpit right here. All down here on my side. It's all my boxers. Shit like that. The female who ended up doctoring me up, I ended up fucking with her that night. You feel me? I ended up smashing and shit, cheating on my old lady. So I lost like my girl over the whole situation too. But anyways, once I was done getting doctored up, you think I learned my lesson? No, I didn't. That's why the pictures in the thumbnail, you'll see 5 hours later. 5 hours later. This happened late night. 5 hours later, I was right back in the neighborhood on that bullshit with my arm wrapped up, still out there trying to rob people, living that fast life, getting in the shit. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you how flawed the story ends. Okay? Now, I left this part out, but, you know, the people I got into it with, you know, actually ended up calling the phone back and they left a voicemail. All right. And on the voicemail, they said, oh, you told us your name was such and such, right? Such and such, right? Oh, you think we ain't know who you was? You think we ain't know who you was? Your dog set you up. Your dog said for $500, bitch, he'd set you up, da da da. And they gave me the whole rundown, like in a voicemail. So basically, the person who put me up onto the lick told me these boys needed 2 plates. You know what I'm saying? All he wanted was 500. You know what I'm saying? That's what he told me. You know, once I lay him down for 4 bands, he get 500, I get 3,500. You feel me? I said I'm with that. He told them the same thing. He told them, I know someone that'll come with 2 plates right now. All I want's 500. So basically, he set up the whole thing because at the end of the day, he was like, whoever wins, whoever loses, he'd still make $500. So they came there to rob me for the product. But there was no product. I came there to rob them for the money, but there was no money. So it was a robbery on a robbery. You get what I'm saying? And God don't like ugly, you know what I'm saying? And the way the cookie crumbles and the way it all breaks down is later on down the line in my neighborhood, some other shit ended up going down with people and stuff like that. And the dude who actually set me up with the situation was an innocent bystander. And he's paralyzed to this day. He's in a wheelchair. You see what I'm saying? He got hit by stray bullets. You feel me? So it just shows like that type of lifestyle will catch up to you. You feel me? And like I said, at times, when I think about it, when I think about how lucky I wasn't scared. Even when I got hit and it all went down, I wasn't scared I was going to die from it. My mind was on that money. My mind wasn't on, oh my God, this could happen. Oh my God, what if this? Nah, I wasn't worried about that, bro. I had already been stabbed a couple times at a young age on the streets. You feel me? I done been through all types of shit in my life. You know what I'm saying? So my mind was more on how lucky I was. Because if you think about it, I got hit right here in the funny bone, right? While from a distance. While dude was behind me dumping. Boom, 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 boom. All it would have took when I was running like this was for his aim to be over just a few inches. And he could have hit me right here on my side. Then that would have been a totally different injury. You understand? Now, when the next day came, my sister had told my old boy, oh, such and such got shot. You know, I don't think he wants you to know. That's why he ain't came home yet. So my old boy called me the next morning. He's like, what's up, son? You going to work? Because I used to work with my old boy. And I'm like, nah, I ain't going today. He's like, why not? I said, nah, I just don't feel like going. You feel me? I've been up all night. And he's like, son, you better stop with the shit. Your sister told me you got shot last night. You better come to the house, this and that, this and that. You know, I wasn't scared that my old boy was going to be mad or nothing like that. I just didn't want to bring you know, I didn't want to be questioned. I didn't want to bring it to his attention and shit like that. You feel me? Even though in the back of my mind, I didn't want to go to the hospital because I knew my old boy would take care of it. But I had to think of like a way to tell him, you know? So I went back to the crib and my old boy doctored me up. And now when I say doctored me up, I don't mean like no surgical or nothing like that. I dead ass mean like he gave me a wooden spoon and told me to bite down on a wooden spoon, and he torched a roofing hammer and he burnt it closed. All right? He burnt it closed. Now, when I walk into the courthouse and go through metal detectors, my arm still goes off because the slug is wedged in between my funny bone right here. And it's kind of crazy because for the first like year after it happened, after it was healed and all that shit, like certain movements would make my funny bone it would hurt my funny bone. I could just turn like this and it felt like it hit my funny bone. You feel me? Now it ain't as bad. It don't do that really that much no more. But I do go off on metal detectors and shit like that. Just like if you were wearing a belt and you know you go through there, beep, 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 oh, take your belt off, all right. Well, I tell them that I got hit in the arm. It's kind of hard to hear that, you know, and to believe it a lot. And while I was in prison, since he dunked at me, you know, 16, 17 times and hit me once, I got no aim tatted right there. I don't know if you could see it, but look. No aim. And then you can see the scar. You feel me? Now, like I said, you live by the gun, you die by the gun, you know? You find yourself in them type of situations, any shootout you've been through, any type of situation that involved a gun, and you're still alive and still able to think about it, you're blessed. Straight up. Because I know some people that done lived through 6, 7 bullet wounds. Then I also know some other people, like my dog Rob Demps, R.I.P. to Rob. He died off 1 bullet. You feel me? You know, it all just depends, bro. You see what I'm saying? And for me, you know, a lot of people don't really know this. A lot of people, I mean, on the internet, you know, but people that know me in my neighborhood, they know how I'm living. Everybody knows the type of lifestyle and shit that I've been through. You feel me? I just don't want to pursue a negative, you know, image online. I'm going to keep it real as it is. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I'm blessed to be making this video to tell y'all about this. Because like I said, it would have been a totally different scenario if I was holding that fire that day. Straight up. Either I would have been locked up for a body or I would have got hit a couple more times. You know what I'm saying? And it blows my mind because it's like when you're out there trying to get that money and you're in that fast life, bro, you ain't thinking about it. You don't think about that shit. A lot of people will be out there living head first, reckless, and the next thing you know, you find yourself in surgery. And either you cope and make it through, or either you don't. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's the way it was for me. You feel me? And I would do things like this all the time back in the day before I went to prison. Because in my mind, I always said, I ain't been to prison yet. You feel me? So as long as I don't murder somebody, you know, they might spare me. And then at the young age I was like, shit, even if I get 15, 20 years, I'll still be kind of young when I come home. That's how I looked at it. If I would have went to prison at 19, caught 20 years, I would have been out by the time I was like 40. That's still kind of young, you know what I'm saying? That's how I used to look at it. So I was living reckless. You feel me? And you know how it is. When shit goes down and hits the fan, you know, on a street level, you know, retaliation is a must. You know what I'm saying? So if someone does something to you like that, you know, it's only right later on down the line, you got to do what you got to do to get your get backs. You can't just let somebody get over on you and shit like that. You feel me? You can't just let someone that you make eye contact with and hit you, and then all of a sudden you see them later on down the line, you just let shit slide. You know? It's like you get a second chance. It's all on you what you do with it. You feel me? And for me, I really ain't want to make this video. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't feel like everybody needed to know that I've been shot before. You see? And look how long I've been making videos. I could have been told this. You know how many people that want to try to be so hard and want to look like they such a gangster? You know how many people would probably have did a video 15 times on this situation? I'm just being real, because people want to try to look like something they not. They want to try to look like they the toughest. They want to try to put an image out there all the time. You feel me? Me, I don't want to do that. I just want to drop real content for y'all. You feel me? But my whole life has been nothing but real spill. Straight up. I ain't never had a flaw moment in my life. Everything in my life has been real. Literally. And people don't understand that. You feel me? I didn't just, you know, become who I was going to prison. I went to prison the way I was and made it through prison being the same person. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people who know me from the streets, when they see me, they don't look at me like I'm a YouTuber. They look at me like I'm that same homeboy in the hood that they known their whole life. But they proud of me though. But at the end of the day, they know that I'm a different person for the camera. You see what I'm saying? Not saying that, you know, I'll be living reckless and shit, but at the same time, you know, I don't try to draw attention. You feel me? I want to look like I'm a green bean. I want to look like I'm a square. You feel me? That other shit out the window. You know what I'm saying? I only do that now when I have to. You feel me? That was basically the whole meaning of me telling y'all this story and what it felt like when I got shot. Like I said, I didn't feel it. 2 days later, something like that. It was more of the pain of what I went through of my old boy burning it. You know what I'm saying? Than it was of when I actually got hit. You see? And you know, your body don't like nothing foreign in it. You know, like any foreign objects. So later on down the line, who knows, I might shit that slug out one day. That bit might go through my whole body. And one day I'll be taking a shit and you hear, dink, that bit just fall in there. You feel me? Because it's possible. That's you know, that's what happens sometimes. That should have traveled through your whole body sometimes. You feel me? But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one on up. I just wanted to give y'all a little real spill and tell y'all about the time that I got shot. Alright? Am I proud I got shot? Nah. Am I proud I've been stabbed before? Nah. But I've been stabbed on the streets. You know what I'm saying? I've been through all types of shit, man. Y'all had no idea. I just, the content and the material that I put out, I'm only limited to how, when it comes to wording, how detailing I can put it out there in order for the video to get a thumbs up. You understand? I can't be that hardcore or that much into detail due to the fact that there is, you know, boundaries when it comes to putting content up when you're, you know, in partnership with YouTube. You feel me? So I try to word it the best I can. But if I could break it down into the detailed ways of how it truly all went and the way that I would want to word it and speak to y'all like I normally would face to face, y'all be like, damn, that shit's crazy. But anyways, y'all, I'm going to wrap this one on up. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all make sure y'all drop it in the comment section, man, if you ever been through some shit like this when you grew up, when you were younger. This ain't the first time. This ain't the only time. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't the last time, but you know, when you live that fast life, it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe button on the way out if you ain't hit it on the way in. Keep them rat squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, all them clowns out your circle. Until next time, this the one and only Frog.